We just announced, we had a little team meeting there and announced our captaincy and 3 assistants for now. Our assistants will be Nielsen, Tyler Secura, and Matthew Highmore. And our captain this year, I think, as a coach, I think we missed it last year, but this year we made sure that we're going to have somebody that we can rely on. We can kind of be the buffer between us and the team, and a guy I feel who's going to help these young guys a lot is Chris Versteeg's going to be our captain this year. And we're looking forward to working with him.
What is it about Chris?
Well, just I think he's been through the ringers with his hockey career. He's had ups and downs. He's won cups. He's play at the highest level. He's been overseas. He's been in the minors, and I love his personality. He's a character, but he's a hell of a hockey player and still has compete in him. And I think that's the big thing, that he competes hard enough where our guys need to follow him if he's going to lead by example. Plus, I think they respect him as a person and as a teammate, which helps.
Have you seen already in these first couple weeks where he's taken some young guys aside or given guys pointers or tips?
Yeah, I mean, it's like they flock to him. You see it on the ice where guys are coming over to him or he's just talking to them. The big thing with him is he's in the locker room and he's organizing stuff, and he's telling, hey, let's do this, let's do that, let's get the team together, we're going for lunch, or we're doing this, or he's perfect for the role, especially at this level. And like I said, the young guys should be blessed to have a guy like that in the locker room that they can lean on and ask questions, because he's done it all, he's been through it all.
With a guy like Versteeg, how different is the locker room this year headed in than it was last year?
Well, I think last year too, with our team, we were, as young as we were, we didn't have a real, I don't know how to say it, like we weren't like stability there where guys were taking over and stepping up and taking, the Securas and them were around and they were good leaders, but they weren't around enough, like they hadn't been here in the league enough to kind of establish that respect, I guess, or whatever. Even though we respect them. But I think just having Versteeg in there, how many games he's played and the points he's put up and what he's done with his career is huge. And I think the guys look at him as our leader anyway, so it was a no-brainer.
In the offseason, it was kind of set, and your conversations and his conversations, that he was already going to take on a leadership role. Does adding the captaincy title make more expectations of him, or is it something that's maybe a more public display of what he's already provided?
Yeah, I think it's more of a public thing. I think if I didn't make him captain, he wouldn't change. He'd still be the same Versteeg we know, and he'd still lead by example. He'd still get the guys together. He'd still be talking and helping these young guys. But when you see the way he acts in there and on the ice, it's a layup for us that he's our captain.
How would you compare the talent level right now with maybe what was here at the start of last year? Or is there more young talent here?
Well, I think there's more young talent here. I think we had some talented guys last year too. I think I think the skill level's a little nicer this year. And, adding a captain like Versteeg with his skill level, is helping us. And what I liked about it is now the Securas are 2 years into it, Highmore's a couple years into it, and those guys are our skilled guys. But then you got the Kurashevs and Boquests and Hagel and these guys that are just coming and going to feel their way through the league, but they're pretty skilled hockey players. So the big thing is to manage them the right way and make sure they're developing right and put them in situations where they can show that skill.